Um, Coming to the World Cup itself, your first game is against Scotland. Some might say that they're an associate team, but the standard of those emerging teams are no longer any average. They've showed up some impressive performances against test playing nations like Bangladesh. They defeated them quite comprehensively. Does that raise any eyebrows in the dressing room? Ahead of your game on Monday.
To be honest, as a professional cricketer, I think you never take any team easy, and you have to be prepared for every team. If you have that kind of process in your mind and also in your team, that this is a kind of preparation I have. It doesn't matter whoever I'm facing, either I'm facing Namibia, Scotland, whoever, that Australia, but my process should be the same for each and every team. And I think that is something we, as a team, working on it. We know they played an outstanding cricket in that qualifier, and they beaten Bangladesh, which is, you know they have beaten Australia 4-1 in Bangladesh. So I think with that confidence and they beaten them, we shouldn't take any team lighter, because this World Cup, any team can surprise anyone. So as a team, we have the same preparation for Scotland that we have it for Australia, England, and India. That is a kind of mindset as a team we should have, and that is a kind of culture we have in the team as well. So we will go with the full 100% confidence. We'll go with the full 100% energy we will show, and we will give 100%. Scotland, we played with them in the past, but they qualified to the World Cup Super 12, and we shouldn't give them the name of associate now. They are like,
Absolutely.
only thing that they don't play is Test cricket, and that
Mhm.
doesn't, here it's only T20, and they have qualified, and they can beat any side. So we shouldn't take them light. We have to give that 100%. We have to go with the same positive mindset and just give 100% and do well.
Talking about the oppositions, the first name that would come to their mind is Rashid Khan, and there is a lot available to the batters to prepare for you and read your action, and plan accordingly. How do you prepare against that? I mean, what is it that you do to make sure that you're not readable on the field?
Well, I think, as I said before, that there is a process that I come with, and I
Hmm.
have a preparation process against each and every team, and which I'm working on it daily basis, that keep it improve and improve. But the thing is, whenever I play against any team, you always watch their videos and stuff, and then you make a plans for them. And definitely, they have lots of my footages. They're watching me, and they know which one is the wrong one, which one is the leg spin, and they keep having different plans. How to play him. Either should I sweep him, should I play him straight? Should I just rotate the strike? Every batsman is having different kind of mindset for me to play, but like for me, I just keep it simple. I know my limits. I shouldn't cross those limits. I shouldn't be thinking like taking so many wickets. No, I know my line in length where I can bowl. I know the areas where I can trouble the batsman, and as long I'm bowling in that areas, I think I can trouble anyone. Doesn't matter how many plans he has made. If I don't miss that line in length and I keep it tight, I think I can take his wickets. I can put him in trouble. I can bowl dot balls to him, as long my process is same. My planning is simple, just that line and length, mixing it up for the batsman, and that's the kind of mindset I have for each and every game. If I have too many things in the mind that, oh, what should I do? He's sweeping this and that. I think that might affect my performance, and that might affect my bowling as well. So I just trying to keep it simple. I know my areas in line and length. I just study the batsman. Which area he used the most. Just go against that and keep mixing it up. So yeah, they have studied a lot. They watch so many videos, but at the same time, I know my everything, because take an example of fast bowler. Like we all know, like example of Trent Bolt.
Hmm.
Everyone knows that he bowls in swinger for the right hander with the new ball, but
Yep.
still he takes. No one has found the solution for that. If people could have found the solution for that, it would have been easy for them to play. But if you bowl that in the right area, you can get the wicket of anyone. So the same mindset I have as well. If I'm bowling in the right area, I can get so many wickets.
Rashid, if I ask you to give me four names, four teams that you think would make it to the next round, semi-finals, who would they be?
Well, this question was asked in the last interview from me, but it is very,
I
very
haven't
hard.
watched an interview, just so you know. I'm
It
just
is
trying to.
very, very hard to say those four teams. It's super hard. Uh, but still, this is a neutral ground, neutral venues, and none of the team is favorite for this. Anyone can surprise anyone, and none of the team have played lots of cricket here. But still, if you pick four teams,
You
I
know,
can only.
there are quite a few. I mean, it's quite hard to predict in T20. Obviously, it's a shorter format, and on the day, if it's your day, I mean, you could be on the an associate and on the winning side against a destination. But there are some names that are not definitely favorites, but are favorites. For example, let's say England and India. If you had to predict, let's say four teams, who would they be? If you had to give me four names.
Oh, actually, definitely, England, one of the team which is very strong, bowling wise, batting wise. The same case having so many all rounders. And India, you give the favor to India because the cricket they're playing from the last few years is amazing in each and every format. It's not about T20 ODI, but every format, test cricket, the cricket they're playing. So, and also, most of the players they played recently IPL, they perform on the top, and they have that kind of experience and that confidence. Yeah, India, England, uh, Australia, because I think from that group, Australia, England will come up, and from this group, India will be one, and it's pretty hard to decide between Afghanistan, New Zealand, in Pakistan, and it's pretty hard call for the last one to say either one
I
of
mean,
these.
uh, Afghanistan. You talked about Afghanistan. We have a very explosive batting order, and what we have seen in the IPO. Anyone that has a good start. So, for example, let's say, I think it was more than 20 games out of the 30 games. Whoever scored, higher in the power play, they ended up on the winning side. And if Afghanistan can do that with the presence of Muhammad Shahzad, Hazratullah Zazai, and Rahmanullah Gurbaz, we could be certainly one of the four teams, don't you think?
Yeah, what I said, I think we have that kind of build up as a team that we can beat any side, but just to be that smart at that while taking the decision in the
Mm.
middle, you're
Absolutely,
batting,
yeah. Very crucial.
and that is something which is key here in this condition. The smarter you are, the quicker you think. I think that is the time when you win against, you win the game. So
Yeah.
I think, I have so much confidence on my team. I have, sometimes you shouldn't say those big things on the media like, oh, we're gonna do this, that. But inside I have that feeling, I have that confidence that
That
yes,
self-belief is important, yeah.
skills is there, the talent is there, and we know how to play this short format. We are very famous with
Mhm.
this with format, but it's just with the time that will decide, and if you say so many things that you do this, that, I think that's also a kind of extra pressure you putting on yourself, that yes, I said this on media, I'm gonna do this. No, if it doesn't happen, then it might be an extra pressure on you. But inside, we have that feeling, everyone, not only me, everyone, we if we can beat West Indies, that batting lineup, the bowling lineup, we can beat any side in a day.
So it's basically executing the right plan at the right time.
Exactly, that's
Absolutely.
going to each and every team,
Indeed.
the time decision they take, that will be the game changing moment.
Next, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm not sure if you can call it rapid fire, but you can, take your time and answer it as you wish. It's just a few questions that I've come up with, and I'd love to, hear what the responses are. Um, the first question is your best memory in international cricket. That could be on the field, anything that you have achieved, your best memory that you can, that you normally or quite often think about.
Best memory, there are quite few memories. One is debuting for my country. That was the memory, which I will always have in my mind. And then taking 7 wickets against West Indies, that was a different day for me. But overall, which the day I will never forget is the day where I was called Player of the Decade. And
Absolutely.
that day was
Big
not
one.
only for my whole country. Someone from Afghanistan to be called a Player of the Decade is not an easy and a small thing, but it's a big achievement that someone who just play half of the decade and to be called. I think that is on top of all the achievements I have, and which will be in my mind and also in the mind of the whole Afghanistan forever. And it was not only my achievement for whole country. It's a big thing, to celebrate.
Absolutely. I mean, as you said, it was a shared achievement for all of us. We started our T20 journey in 2010, the first World Cup we played, and then getting a Player of the Decade award at the end of the decade. It's exceptional. So hats off to you. And yeah, it was a moment of pride and achievement for not only for the cricket fraternity, but as a nation as a whole. And just to add to that, what would be your lowest moment on the field? So, maybe you had a bad day on the field, and
Yeah,
anything kind of.
definitely, everyone is having those bad days, and that bad days, teach you so many things, and that makes you stronger in future. And that is something, sometimes some players hate those bad days, but to be honest, I love those days because that days teaches me a lot. Good
Mhm.
days will not teach you, but that day teach you, and that day teach you what are the areas you are weak and what are the areas you need to make it stronger and stronger. Definitely the day which I had in 2016 World Cup against South Africa, where I was smashed out 50 runs in 4 overs. AB de Villiers, he hit me for 29 runs. That taught me so many things. Next time I'm bowling to him, what will be my mindset? What are the areas I need to improve
You
while
did
bowling?
get him out in the IPO.
Yeah, but I think that day taught me, like, what are the
There was build
areas
up to that, yeah.
if I wasn't hit that day, I wouldn't be thinking that I have this weakness. I would
Indeed.
be like, I'm very strong. I can. But that day taught me, like, what should I do in this bad day, and what are the areas I need to improve. And also the day in 2019 World Cup where against England I was scored like 108 or something. But I came up while bowling to Indian team, 10 overs, 36, 1 wicket. I think that was something like which has given me so many things to learn. And yeah, those bad days, and also when we lost against Pakistan in that World Cup, I think that day was a day where I was thinking I could have done better than what I have done. And but still, these days, these moments teaches you so many things to
Yeah,
make you strong.
absolutely.
And definitely we will have lots of opportunities in future, and we will try our best to not lose them and make the country more proud.
Indeed, indeed, and it's part of the game. And as you said, the amount of learning you get to learn from the failures is absolutely enormous, and it actually make you think of what it requires to be successful. So yeah, I totally agree with that. If I ask you your two favorite international wickets, it could be outside international games for Afghanistan, but as long as you know it's something that you've thought up, for example, let's say in the leagues, it could be international or league. So your two best or your two favorite wickets.
It's pretty hard to say two because I always have in the had in the mind that who are the
I
players
was
I would
actually
be.
going to ask one, but you can say two.
Every bowler would be so proud of taking those wickets. The legends, wicket of MS Dhoni in
Mhm.
I national, like, when we played in 2019 World Cup. I think his wicket is a very, it's tough for the spinner to take his wicket because he's pretty good playing spin. And also wicket of Virat,
Mhm.
which I took is something because he's a kind of player, he won't hit you. for sixes. He will hit you like, for singles, doubles, and boundaries. And those batsmen are very hard to get the wicket. But I
Mhm.
think those, you know,
I
I feel
think,
proud of them in my pocket.
yeah, I think you got Virat and ABD on the same day in IPL, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes,
Mm.
yeah, ABD, Virat, and I got 3 wickets, Moin Ali as well. But
Yes,
yeah, but it's a big thing, getting
indeed,
those big
absolutely.
T20 is a big achievement.
Yeah, yeah. Cricket venue or ground that is close to your heart.
Adelaide, Adelaide, oh, that ground is Adelaide Oval is one of the best I have ever played, and especially the New Year night when we're playing there is one of the best night. And whole year that night I'm always like super excited about that. The firework we have after the game, and the fans they coming that night, the celebrating, the cheering for the team is absolutely one of the best night in that ground. And also in the Lords, these two grounds are very very close to me.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Adelaide, especially the New Year night, and it'll be good to experience it one day, hopefully. Um,
Hopefully.
if you had to learn or take one quality from the following people, what would it be? Ken Williamson, Sachin Tendulkar, and Muralidharan.
Ken Williamson, I would love to take his calmness and
Mhm.
cool and calm he is. That is something which I think I don't have. Sometimes I lose
Cool.
my, and that is something which you make the mistakes as well. I would love to take, and Sachin is timing. I think that is something which I will love to have. The way he was timing the ball and the way he was playing, and also Murli. I will take calmness as well, Murli, because the calmness he had in the Test cricket was unbelievable. He took 800 wickets in that need.
Exactly. The patience.
That is a kind of patient. I can say patient. Like I will
Mm.
need patient, and 800 wickets is not an easy job. But definitely, if I play a longer format game, long format for Afghanistan, definitely that patient will be key for my success, and definitely Muralitharan patient will be something which I love to get.
I was actually watching one of his interviews about you, and he was answering a question about coaching you, I think. And if I can remember correctly and recall, he said that Rashid doesn't need any sort of coaching. What does that mean to you as a player?
Yeah, he that is something which really changed my mind. For the first year when I met him, and he saw me bowling in the nets, and he came up to me and he said, do you know you have more skills than me? You have more skills in talent than me. But
It's a great compliment.
yeah, and that was something which totally changed my mind. Someone like Morley who has taken so many wickets in internationally, he thinks about you like that. It's a big thing to have it as a spinner. And he just said to me like, you need to be calm and cool in each and every condition. Either it's in your way or your opposite. You have to be relaxed and cool. And it's a bad day, you have to accept that, learn from that, and come back stronger. And that is something you need to have it for long of time. And he said, I cannot teach you your skills wise and things. You are far better than me. But you just need to be mentally very strong for every situation you face. And that is something which I have in my mind. Even I have discussed this with the Shane Warne as well. He never said something that you should bring this quality, these skills. He always said that calmness and coolness in that patience, and the mentally strong is something which will help you to play a longer career.
The last section is just a few questions, 4 to 5 questions, and it's choose between the two. So I'm going to give you two options, and you have to choose one of those. You can't skip
Tough.
any, by the way. So the first one is T20 cricket or ODI.
ODI.
Any particular reason?
I'm bowling more in that 10 hours and 60 balls. That and I love bowling, and
You
you
get
get
to
that kind.
trouble batsmen even more.
Yeah, and you get that kind of opportunity to bat as well. and try to score 50 for your team in 60. And that is something which I love the most, to be in the center and spending more time. But in T20, it's all about entertainment. You bowl 4 overs and you just bat for 3 4 balls and it's all done. But still, you love T20, but the same thing is like, if you want to improve your cricket, I think that format is something which I experience my new skills have in the bowling, where I have more deliveries to bowl. And yeah, I think ODI, yeah.
Your favorite league in terms of, let's say, if what league are you more looking forward to play, IPL or BBL?
IPL, I think. Uh, for me, like, I played it for every player, definitely. I think IPL is something, a different league, and the amount of pressure you have in that league is something makes you a better player as well, because you have so much pressure on, and you can see, if you're playing in India and the crowd is there, and that is something which makes it very tough for you. And in that situation, when you perform, you get the kind of confidence as well. So yeah, IPL, in I will give BBL, Big Bash is second my favorite league.
MS Dhoni or Ken Williamson, a better captain?
Oh, I never played with MS Dhoni. I played under Ken Williamson,
Okay,
but
let's put it this way then: Ken Williamson or David Warner?
oh, this is tough one. Yeah, to be honest, I enjoyed my bowling, under both of them. But yeah, Ken Williamson, I would give it to him. He's kind of a captain, which I enjoyed a lot playing under him. And yeah, Ken Williamson.
I absolutely agree. The calmness he has
Yeah,
in supporting.
one like this makes me smile. Whenever I look up and
You
give
never
me
get any facial reaction from him. I mean, always straight face, always calm, always, cool and serene.
have a kind of captain, which gives you that kind of expressions, and that expressions makes you and gives you the confidence as well.
Indeed. Scoring a century or getting a 5-wicket haul, which one is more satisfactory, like self-satisfactory?
I think century.
Because you
Yeah.
get sixes and fours.
To be honest, I love batting. I want to contribute in the batting as well. And I know I have that kind of skills, but definitely, I think scoring 100 will be something very special. You always have that 5 wickets in the pocket. That, yeah, I have taken 5 wickets few times, but 100 is having a different feeling, and I hope one day I can make it.
Absolutely. And if you had to share a room, let's say for a week or two, um, who would you choose between Zaze and Farid Malik?
Oh my God! Actually, I remain with both of them. Uh,
I tried to do some research.
Actually, I want to be a roommate with Farid Malik. You know, but Hazrat, either he will be eating, uh,
Making juice.
making juice by 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You will be sleeping, and he will be making juice for himself. And when you wake up, he won't give you even a little bit to. But and he's a bit busy as well. Mostly in games, he's having more fun in that games. And but Farid would be like, yeah, a bit kind of discussion topics in
More
talking.
talkative.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would love.
That was it. And just to wrap it up, stala para dia lobghari په هیڅ باندې کلیګونه وایو ک ریکارډونه وایو ډیر څه ترلاسه کړي دی او په خپل نوم د نومولي دي څه شی دی چې راتلونکي مایلستون دی راشد خان لپاره خپل نظر په ساتي یو نیکسٹ مایلستون
بالکل چې سم لکه ارمانو واقعا هغه څه ارچیو شوي دي هغې ته رسېدلي یو. خو بیا هم یوازینی غټ ارمان چې زما دی